Good morning, everyone. I'm Grazia Pasquale and I'm attending the third year of Liceo Classico of the Istituto STAFFA di Trinitapoli. Our school actively participates in the Extreme Energy Events project for the study of cosmic rays since 2007 in collaboration with the Enrico Fermi Research Center in Rome and the National Institute of Nuclear Physics. This year's International Cosmic Day, we were asked to study and calculate the variation in the rate of cosmic rays flux as a function of latitude, analyzing the data collected by the POLA-02. POLA-02 is a sophisticated apparatus for detecting muons, consisting of scintillation counters whose signals as the particle pass are read by special silicon photomultipliers. It is also equipped with a GPS various sensor for measuring temperature, pressure and inclination, and a modern electronic system for acquiring and storing data. POLA-02 has been installed on the Amerigo Vespucci ship in Trieste for the circumnavigation of our peninsula from 18 to 26 October 2022. The Amerigo Vespucci is a sailing ship of the Navy built in 1931 as a school ship for the training of officer cadets. Amerigo Vespucci, born in Florence in 1454, was an Italian navigator, explorer and cartographer. The POLA-02 detector made its journey aboard the Amerigo Vespucci along the Italian coast to measure the flux of cosmic rays as the Earth's latitude varies in a range of 7.78 degrees. This slide includes some photos of the installation of POLA-02 on the Amerigo Vespucci ship. You can also see Professor Marcella Brescia of the Inter-University of Physics Department of Bari. The POLA-02 detector data can be found on the Extreme Energy Events Monitoring web page and on the link given here. In particular, we have considered event 6607, which you see below on the left, of 26 October 2022 during the stay on the Amerigo Vespucci. This is the route of the Amerigo Vespucci. The ship with the detector apparatus departed from Trieste and stopped first in Ancora and then in Duras. It continued south, crossed the Strait of Messina and finished its journey in Livorno.
Good morning, I'm Chiara and I'm attending the fourth year of Liceo Classico of Istituto STAFFA in Trinitapoli. The Historical Museum of Physics and Center Studies and Research Enrico Fermi has provided us with 3 files in CSV format: Vespucci CSV, Vespucci 41 CSV and Vespucci 43 CSV. For each file we know the following parameters: Unix timestamp, rate with barometric correction, pressure, latitude, longitude, and speed. Consequently, is followed the proceeding for analysis the data throughout the following steps. Download the data related to POLA-02. Add a column to the right of column A, indicates date. Transform the timestamp into data in cell B2 and write. You get a number to be transformed into data. To display the data corresponding to this number, select column B and assign the data as the cell format. You get the data, position the mouse at the lower right corner of cell B2 by double-clicking. The graph of the rate time is created by selecting columns B and C. Among the various proposals, choose the scatter plot or X-Y dispersion options. This graph shows the rate as a function of days, while the next one shows the rate with barometric correction, always as a function of time. Analyzing the speed as a function of the days, this graph shows as there have been the periods of rest in Trieste, Ancona and Duras. The following graph shows the latitude as a function of the days, finding a maximum of 45.65 degrees, a minimum of 37.85 degrees, and average of 42.09 degrees. The same analysis has been performed also for the stops in Ancona and Duras. About Ancona, in this graph you can observe the rate as a function of time. In the following, the rate with barometric correction, and the last one shows the latitude always as a function of the days. there's a technical mistake in this graph for the large number of decimal places, because on the axis y, the latitude is constant. About the slope in euros, the first graph shows the rate as a function of time, the second the rate with barometric correction, and the third the latitude in relation, of course, to the time. The graph of slide 21 shows the latitude of the entire route from Trieste to Livorno as a function of the days. In some time intervals, the detector had interruption in data taking, as shown by the red arrows of the next graph.
Good morning, everyone. I am Nicola Giannattasio and I attend the 4th year of Classic High School in Trinitapoli. We have decided to make further analysis about what we have presented previously. We have elaborated the data acquired and we have established the maximum, minimum and the average values of the corrected rate. These show us the values are correlated with the latitude. With these graphics, you can see as the rate increases with the latitude. For the minimum and average rate values, the line has a positive angular coefficient. Instead, for the maximum, the angular coefficient is negative. Fortunately, we have more data, which allowed us to make other analysis. To make the trend line over the entire journey, you have to position the cursor on one of the points of the graph and select the item Add Trend Line with the right mouse. This is the trend line of the entire journey referred to the rate with barometric correction. Starting from this line, we have obtained the equation and then we have calculated the latitude change, delta y, delta x and the percentage change. Helped by our former student, Dr. Daniel Monterisi, we have decided to make a graph with another program, Python, which helps you to analyze more data than Excel. This is another graph made with Python about the complete path. The first one is a graph made with line plot, the second one with scarlet plot. Here on the axis y, there is the rate with barometric correction. Here is presented the graph with the latitude data. Of course, the trend line obtained with Python is the same of that obtained with Excel. In conclusion, this project has helped us to acquire new computer skill and to know how to read a graph. Now we are able to get the trend line, getting the latitude change, the percentual change, and to see the analysis made with Excel and comparing it with Python. We have also seen graphically the route that Amerigo Vespucci made and the data he has acquired. Thank you for the attention.